Hi guys, welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Aswani Chaitanya Nadakuduru, who is the founder of Timios, a brand of healthy snacks for kids. Aswani is a graduate of Bangalore University. Aswani has worked for reputed banks such as UBS, Deutsche Bank, and Goldman Sachs for over 8 years before starting his own company, Timios, in 2016.
Hi, Priya. Thanks a lot. Thanks for inviting me.
So, Aswani, would you mind introducing yourself to our audience?
Sure. Thanks a lot. My name is Aswani, as you know, and I'm from Bangalore. I've done my engineering in Bangalore and fortunate enough to build some good software for various banks across the world. I worked in the US and in the UK before starting Timios. Married happily with two lovely boys. We all stay in Bangalore for the last 4 or 5 years. So yeah, that's about myself.
So, tell us a bit about your company.
So Timios, it's an exclusive food brand for kids. We started Timios 3.5 years ago when I was working for Goldman Sachs and I had my second baby then. We always wanted to give something very healthy and products which are suitable for children, and at that time we were not finding any. And I observed the same with a lot of other parents, and I thought it's a good opportunity, and there is a clear gap in the market, and there is a clear need in the market as well. So that's how, along with my sister, who is a nutritionist, and my dad is an agricultural scientist. So we had a team in house itself, and we started calling friends and families in the respective areas. And fortunately for me, I got a go ahead from my wife, parents and in-laws to start something on our own, to put our savings into this and make their dream a reality. So that's how Timios started.
Nice. So, you mentioned your family gave a go ahead to you. How was the process? How they react to it initially? Did they support you? In what manner?
Sure. I mean, entrepreneurship, more than having guts and having an idea and something which can go big, the fundamental thing anyone would need is support from everybody. Entrepreneurship is very lonely. Not that I came to know now. Before even starting that, I heard from a lot of people, and I could imagine also that you'll have more bad days than good days. Having a wonderful idea, keeping you motivated every day is one thing, but having the same support from the ecosystem and helping you to come over the bad days is the most important thing. And a lot of people may fail there or may have a big problem in that issue. So family support is very, very important. People around you continuously having the same dream as you. It could be team, or it could be even your family members, or whom you interact the most and whom you trust the most. Having sharing the same dream is the core most important thing. And then that translates to investors, then customers, and so on and so forth. But it first starts from your family and friends around you. So if you are thinking of starting something on your own, get your own crowd win, and then only you can win others. So that's very, very important.
That is
for us how it started is, before starting Timios, we were always keen to do something on our own. Looked into various other opportunities like restaurants, salons, and whatnot.
So we as in you are mentioning your family as a team, right? Okay, nice.
Yeah, my wife and we both met at work when we started work, and so it's more of like friends discussion than more family members. So, and I'm very social and vocal about what I think and what I do. So that's how people around me got an opportunity to participate in the thought process, what's going through in my head. So yeah, I mean, even now after 3 years, we still discuss various other small things, what's going on, and just to keep the conversation active.
Right. So did you have the financial runway to do your own venture when you started?
Uh, very good question. Yes and no, because how much ever you have, you always feel it is not enough, and how much ever you have, it is actually not enough. So how it started is, I mean, thanks to all my previous experience, what I gained with Goldman Sachs or Deutsche Bank or UBS,
Mm-hmm.
when we started this, very clear that we will take this up as a project and we will achieve ABCD in this time frame. One of them would be the continuation of the having the right identification of the right TG, getting the right products out, keeping the core values very clear and crisp. Those are all the fundamental things. But I was very clear that at this point, like 18 months from the start of the journey or 12 months from the start of the journey,
Mm-hmm.
this is the funding we need to raise, because all the money what we have put in the company was our 15 years of savings. So
True.
and I was very clear that that should be the case, and to take it as a project, not like uh, to think too much into it and get worried about it, but take it as a project and start delivering it. So that kind of helped me to visualize how much money I have or what we are going to achieve with that money, and then what is the plan right after that.
Right, but still, it needs a lot of daringness and gut to pursue it. Putting your lifetime saving into a project.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
Also, there are other stakeholders like your family is there. What inspired you or what triggered you to choose such a thing?
See, if you are starting something new, it's new, right? But the very definition of that, a lot of people may not agree with you, because it is new. They don't see or they don't feel the same feeling you have, or the what do you say, the growth you're expecting, or the acceptance what you are expecting from the customer base or your target audience. A lot of people may not share it with you because it is new. No one has seen it.
Right,
So if you are starting anything on your own, and you feel that there is a lot of potential, you need to believe it from day one to day 1,000. Not even, it only should increase and multiple, but if you don't trust yourself, and if you are not consistent about your dream and the passion what you have, you are in a problem. Okay. So before starting anything, the first thing is you need to check yourself that whatever you are trying to start or already started, is it motivating you, or you are having the same passion what you are having from day one to day 1,000. That's the key thing. And the other thing is, the same passion you should be able to communicate and translate to your team and your people around you. Then you are all on the same page, right? That's very important. So passion, the belief what you have in what you're doing and in yourself, uh, play a very important role.
right. So, how were your initial days? How did what was the first thing you did? Then, how did you get your first set of customers?
Yeah, seems like a long time ago, but it's still very clear in my memories. I mean, our idea was very clear. We want to be a kids food company. So there is none, and we want to be one. And there was a very clear need that people are. I mean, parents want that, because when you go to a supermarket, you can see kids tantrums on buying less snacks or more snacks, or open it there itself. I want this, I want that. You see 9 out of 10 times when you go to a supermarket, and especially if they come with their families. So we were very sure that the problem statement what we have and what we are solving is clear, and there is a need, and we have no doubt, and we never had a doubt about that. um, so we opened in a few places, especially like websites which are exclusively for kids, and webs are places where a lot of kids go and parents go for their baby shopping, so toddler shopping. So we opened up there for the first 4 or 5 months,
Mhm.
especially for example, First Cry is an e-commerce site exclusive for children and babies,
Mhm.
and we had baby stores, some of them. So we kept our stock there. We spoke to the people who bought them, and we made calls to the customers and took their feedback on what do you think about the concept, what do you think about the products what you're offering, is there any room for improvement, and so on and so forth. So customer follow-up, even now we do it. We have a set number of phone calls we need to make to our customers, including everyone in the company. We do that. We understand depending upon the role what we play. So customer feedback from day one we used to have it, and that's what we continue even now.
Right. One more question relating to that. So why get into kids food segment? What is your background in that particular area apart from having your own kids?
That's a big plus point, having own kids and see what is happening in their world. So I don't have any FMCG experience, so to speak. I was a techie, but fortunately, because of the job, I had the opportunity to go and travel around the world. I worked in the US. We stayed in the UK for like 9 to 10 years. So there's a good exposure what is happening in the world.
Okay.
And I traveled, we travel a lot as well for holidays or for work. That kind of gave an exposure on like what are the possibilities or what are the things available abroad, and what is lacking in India, or what is the gap in India.
Right.
Secondly, to be very to the point, there are not much as much as it should be good food products which are designed for kids in India. India is a big company, big country.
Right.
We are. I mean, the expectation is like 25 million kids or babies every year for the next 10 years. There is a huge population,
Right.
and it's very fundamental that the kids should eat good food when they grow up. Fortunately for us, when we were small, a lot of stuff was like homemade or good for eating, and junk food, so-called junk food, came up later in the years. But now kids have access to junk food, so-called junk food, even the age of 2, 3. And if you are a second one in the house, then if you're second kid, then you may start get junk from year one itself. So that's a big problem. If they start eating like that for 10, 15 years, you can imagine what effects they would be having on them, and in general for the entire country. So clearly there is fundamentally there is a problem. We need to provide more options for kids, and which are exclusively designed for kids for their different age groups. And that's the that is what made me like realize that this is a good opportunity and there is a clear need.
Okay. So my next question would be, so you have mentioned that your team is your family. Family has supported you in this venture, but are they your
Yeah.
co-founders, or how did you find your co-founders or your team who is not your family?
Sure. My sister is a nutritionist. When I was having this kind of thoughts, and when I shared it with her, because she's a nutritionist, uh, and it is in her what do you say, forte kind of thing, and she felt that it is very good idea and there is huge potential. So it was almost subconsciously kind of thought that we can run it, and having someone from your family as a co-founder, it's one way a lot better, because the trust issues, the dependency issues are taken away. So for me, it was not like I was looking for a co-founder. As the project evolved, it almost felt that yes, why can't I asked her like, are you okay to come and let's do it? And then
I understand.
I don't know if she answered yes or no, but it was like very clear that we are going to do it together.
Right. So, so based on what you had planned initially, how far have you reached, and where is the end point? What is your end goal?
End goal, it's a big word. The idea of Timios is to give every parent and every kid the choice of good food for the age groups and the children's age group. it's a long way to get everybody aware of what we are doing and getting a taste of our products, right from babies to schoolers, like 0 to 12 years. Um, um, there are multiple goals. One of the goals, as I said, is everyone eating good quality food, be it Timios or be it something else, which is good for them, and everyone having a knowledge of um, quality eating and safe eating, not wasting food, the respect for food. That kind of knowledge should go into the younger generations because they are the future of the country. That is one goal, if you can put that way. The second one is India is a big country, and as I said, we have a good opportunity to make a very big brand out of it and very good big company out of it. So that's one good goal. And third one is personally getting these things done and starting a company and doing exactly what you thought and in the start of the or beginning of the company is very satisfying, and continuing doing that is the third goal. So there are
And
multiple things, but very
where have you
satisfying to do
reached
all this.
so far? How far have you reached?
uh, yeah, I mean, see, plans go up and down, but to be very frank, keeping looking at the hindsight, we did decent. We are doing great these days. We are available in the most of the online places, and we do extremely well in the online platform.
Mm-hmm.
We will come offline as well. We are available in Hyderabad and Bangalore as of now in the organic stores. We do extremely well. The word of mouth is catching up. In the last 4 or 5 months, we can see there's a clear increase in the awareness of like Timios and the people coming forward and buying multiple times. That's very evident and clear. We get inquiries all over India, and we do supplies all over India, right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and Seven Sisters, everywhere. I mean, so it's we can see the trajectory being the foundation is laid, and the trajectory being very positive for us in the future.
Nice. So just out of curiosity, the name Timios, how did you get it? What is the thought process behind it?
Credit goes to my wife. As you know, it is very difficult to find a name and get it registered because most of the words and most of the domains have been taken.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple levels of the words available in English dictionary. Timios in Greek is honest or honesty. So clearly what we are building is something trust and honesty for kids. So we felt that Timios is a right fit or apt for what we are doing. So that's how Timios came into picture. Fortunately for us, we got the trademark or the IPs, whatever is available, we could take it. So that's how Timios came in, the name came into picture.
Right. So my next question would be the challenges you faced on the way. What were the things which you did not see coming? Of course, there will be challenges when you start a new venture, but there are some challenges that you don't see coming. So, would like to hear something on that.
Yeah, definitely. In the last 2-3 years, a lot of things changed. There are, I mean, it depends how you see the change, whether it is to your positive or to your negative. Some could be at your side, or some could be like headwinds. For me, I'm not from FMCG. So before I started, not even one contact on my phone were related to anything to this industry. So reaching out to people and building that kind of connects and contacts was key, and that was a challenge. So that somehow even now I reach out to a lot of people to understand how to do it, or what is the right way or what is the wrong way. At the end of the day, there is no right or wrong.
Right.
It is what you feel is right, and you go for it full 100% and make it right. Right. I mean, that's what I believe. I mean, challenges are like anticipating what you want to do, or I mean, anticipating what could be the problem, or putting a plan in such a way that you are comfortable with it, and sticking to it would be good. And that's what we have done. Like, what are the products when we want to launch, what are the age groups, why we are launching that. That kind of planning we have done prior. That kind of helped us. Getting the right packaging, getting the right shelf life, getting the right stores, getting right visibility with minimum spend, are the challenges we face every day. And it's a journey where you go for it. And definitely FMCG is a very expensive game. It's not like you start something and then it flies off. So getting used to the pressure of not having cash and trying to deliver month on month is definitely a challenge. So I mean, as they say, right? I mean, when you plan your finances, plan for the worst and hope for the best, kind of thing, right? I mean, so that kind of helped. So yeah, when GST was a challenge when we started, but end of the day, it's definitely beneficial for new companies because we can sell anywhere. Demonetization was a challenge with respect to the economy, but that helped us to move completely into digital and digital payments, which again helped us. Now we are in the COVID season. It's definitely difficult for a lot of people. I'm also working from home. Some of the team members, we take turns and work from home. It's a different level of challenge. But again, if you see, because of COVID, we are essential. Our quality food is good for immune and for the children's health or anyone's health because of the ingredients what we use. So it's kind of a positive in that way, if you see. So challenges are like how you define them and how you react to it. So it is different for different people, but otherwise it's part of the game. You signed up for it, so you have to face it.
So speaking of COVID, this is one question I ask everyone. What do you see in the foreseeable future? What is there ahead of us in general, not about the.
Yeah, so it is multiple folds here as well. For example, if you look at with respect to the company, we are very close to our employees. I mean, so we decided not to let go anybody. So we have not let go anybody. Number two, we even tried to keep our salaries in such a way that we need not let go any one of our colleagues. So that's one thing I am really proud of. And even I remember now when we started the lockdown, I felt that because I personally felt that I am caught up with my family in the house, like because there is no domestic help, or your wife is also working from home, kids are there, and so much of involvement at home. So we gave 1 week of paid leave to everybody in the company, just to get their house right, be comfortable, understanding the situation, and then we can start work. So that definitely everyone appreciated in our company for what we did, and I'm glad that we took that stance. Secondly, again, with respect to company, cash is very important. So we did certain things to increase the focus on what we are doing during COVID and reduce the spend where it is not required. So that kind of focus and discipline is required to save cash and increase your runway, so to speak. So that's something what we have done. But in general, because we are providing healthy options, we are healthy in nature, and that's our goal, or that's our USP. Our numbers are not bad, so we are doing decent with respect to the revenues and sales. We are almost, or like maybe a little more than what we were before COVID. So that way, the team is also happy, and I'm also like quite motivated with how we are performing.
Right. So now back to our course. So would like to ask, how do you compare entrepreneurship as a career to a 9-to-5 job?
Tell me one job which is 9 to 5 now. So with
Government
smart
jobs are
folks,
9-to-5.
No, I don't think so. My dad is a ex-government officer. He's a senior. He was a senior scientist in a university. Um, I mean, his job demands different timings. Also, that's a different story. I don't. I'm see. I personally, I was working like a. I was owning a business when I was actually working.
Mhm.
I used to take my business as my business in my previous job, my role as a business, and then run it. What I'm trying to say is, it really doesn't matter whether you're working in a job or whether you are running your own shop.
Mhm.
It all depends on your attitude and how you see things, and you need to be truthful to yourself. So that's the most important thing. Yes, if you are in a job you don't like it, you can quit and go somewhere, you can take a holiday. But if you start something on your own, that is not possible. So I keep telling who ask me about entrepreneurship that if you are bored about your job, and if you're getting really not interested in the job, take a holiday, but don't start a company. You start a company not because you're bored. You start a company, or you start entrepreneurship journey when you find something exciting, when you think that you can build something big or small out of it, or you can call it is your own, and you're passionate about it. That's when you need to start this journey, because this journey is going to be very, very painful. And you would have heard from n number of people, uh, or everyone saying that entrepreneurship is painful. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. So
Many of our followers, they ask us, how do I know whether I should be an entrepreneur, or whether I should pursue entrepreneurship, or whether I should look out for a job? How do they know that they have that fire in them, or whether they are the
it,
right?
it is the it is the other way I see. If you find something which you believe that it is uh, exciting enough to work with, and it is having enough you have enough fire to work on that project, so it will direct you, or it will compel you to do that or take that steps.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the question you ask someone, or you check with. Yeah, it's the direction what you will get into. So I mean, you think about it, you talk about it day and night, and it'll start the bug in your brain starts making you think that you should if no one is responding it to you or to the problem what you have stated, you will start thinking of solving it on your own.
What would be your final message to our audience, which are potential entrepreneurs of this country?
Mhm.
What is your final message?
Okay, this is. I mean, I will end this with the one what you started, right? India is a big country, and we need a lot of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is risky, and when you take great risks, great things are you get great things. Like I mean, India is such a big country, and lot more people come forward, and their parents, their families support people to come forward and allow them to take risks. One in 10,000 or one in million, even if they are successful and make big companies like how you see around the world, while like more company or more billion-dollar companies are coming from one region or one country, is because the risk taking appetite is high there. If we start taking more risk, and again, very few entrepreneurs are lavish, so to speak. The lavishness also could come from their type of business what they do, and so on and so forth. But being simple and trying to reduce your operational expenditures and stuff like that, and increase your risk taking capacity, and start more companies and more projects, that is how we can make India big and bring everybody and be successful. So cut down your responsibilities and what you need to do, so that you can keep your operations low and increase your risk appetite. So that way, that is the first and foremost thing you should do before even you start your own journey.
Right,
That's my message.
right. That was insightful. Well, it was a pleasure to have you here at ELI. I think our audience would have got lifetime lessons from this video. Thanks for your time, Aswani, and our best wishes to
Cool.
Timios.
Cool. Thank you.
Viewers, you can follow Aswani on LinkedIn by searching for Aswani Chaitanya. Also, you can visit Timios official website by typing mytimios.com. So, whom do you want to have here at ELI for next episode? Do let me know in comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back before you know it. Stay tuned to Entrepreneur Launch of India.